Hey guys, welcome back to YouTube Mommy Meetup. I am Dana, Miss Diaper D from the Diaper Dirt channel. We are here in another live hangout, and we have two random guests with us and also my two co-hosts. So Amy, would you like to introduce yourself first? Amy from Dreamflight 6000, you want to say hi?
Yeah, hey everybody.
And then my other co-host is Diana from Being Mommy with Style. You want to say hi?
Hey everyone.
Okay, and also tonight we have Rachel. Rachel, you want to go ahead and introduce your channel and what you do there, maybe how many kids you have?
Hey everyone, I'm Rachel, and my YouTube channel is Carly Nicole Elliott. I have a family channel. We just recently started doing daily vlogs 2 days a week and daily clips every day. And I like to do lots of crafting tutorials on there. And I am a stay-at-home mom to two young children, ages 2 and 4.
Okay, great. And thanks for being here, Rachel. I'm definitely having fangirl moments because I used to watch you before I became a YouTuber. So this is really cool for me. All right, and then we also have Sarah. Sarah, do you want to introduce yourself and your channel?
I'm Sarah, and my channel is SensationalFinds. I am a mom of 2 boys, and I talk about all of that stuff, being a stay-at-home mom, beauty, organization, things like that.
How long have you been on YouTube, Sarah?
Since August.
Okay, all right. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here with us and for your bravery. I always think it's so brave to be here, so thank you when you're newer. So
yeah, it was exciting.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about growing your YouTube channel into a community. But first, before we start, we have questions in the Facebook group. We have a bunch of questions. We're going to go through those. But I wanted to also announce that we have our YouTube Mommy Meetup Twitter team on hand on Twitter. They are tweeting under the hashtag YTMM. So you can go ahead and tweet there. Sometimes it's easier to be tweeting than to be commenting on the video because the video comments don't often pop up in real time for us. So if you want to go over to Twitter, we can, we'll try to keep an eye on that, and our Twitter team is there to interact and to have a good time there. So join that Twitter party under hashtag YTMM. And then I also wanted to announce that we are still selling our YouTube Mommy Meetup t-shirts. They're the first t-shirts we have ever had, so you definitely want to be one of the first to get a t-shirt. And you can go to teespring.com/YTMM to get a t-shirt, and then all the proceeds from those shirts will be going towards our first YouTube Mommy Meetup conference, which will be in Chicago. So you'll be supporting us in doing that if you buy a t-shirt, and also just have bragging rights to have one of the first t-shirts. So go ahead and get those. They'll be out for sale till November 4th. We'll have those up. And so that's it. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the questions now. So Diana, you want to go ahead and read off our first question, and Amy will be looking at the comments. And also, I don't know if you want to help me out with Twitter. I don't know if you have that on your phone, Amy. You can help me read those. Okay, so go ahead. What's our first question?
All right, and I just want a quick woohoo for Chicago, too. Everyone's
right?
hoping to be in Chicago for the YouTube Mommy Meetup Conference. All right, so from the YouTube Mommy Meetup Facebook group, we have a ton of great questions on the topic tonight, building a community. And the first one's from Liha Luhas, and she doesn't leave her channel name. So she asked, how do you gain an audience but keep your personal life as separate as possible? So how do you build your audience but kind of keep that separation between your YouTube life and your personal life, if you desire that, I guess?
Okay, this is one of the most popular questions in the group is how to stay private. This comes up all the time. We even did a whole separate hangout talking about privacy concerns with your family. So this question is very hot. So I don't know if anybody wants to answer this first. How do you keep your personal life separate, or do you even keep your personal life separate? Let's sort of start with that. Does anybody not keep it separate, or does everybody try to keep it separate here? Anyone not keep their personal life separate, as far as, everyone in your family knows you're a YouTuber? That's what I mean. Are you kind of out? Who's out? No one's saying yes.
I'm out. I guess I'm out. When you're daily vlogging, there's a certain, there's certain things that obviously you keep private, but when you're daily vlogging, you're obviously showing a lot more than if you're doing more sit-down reviews and that sort of thing. So I think when you're in that kind of more daily vlogging type situation or vlog month situation, you are sharing a lot more personal life-ish type of stuff.
Right.
So I guess I'm out.
You're out.
There's two different types. There's like your immediate family personal life and your personal life, and then it's what you share with like your relatives and extended family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm very personal. I share so much with you guys. that I don't even tell my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I don't go around saying, oh, I have this. They don't know I have a YouTube channel, but yet I'm sharing. I don't know. I kind of hope they don't find me.
I think maybe like the question is also kind of in the context of, say you're on Twitter right now with the Twitter team, right? And your family follows you on Twitter, right? But you have a YouTube channel and you want to be part of the YouTube community and you want to tweet about, in our Twitter party, but you don't want everyone knowing that you're part of this community. Maybe that's kind of the question. So
maybe we do 2 Twitter accounts, like we do 2 Facebooks and 2 Instagrams and Pinterest and.
Yep. I think a lot of people, that's what they do, right? Is that what pretty much everybody here does, is 2 accounts perhaps for Twitter?
I just don't have any personal accounts. I just have my YouTube ones.
Well,
your family, you have 2 for Instagram? Rachel, go ahead.
No, my Instagram is both personal and YouTube related. I just put it all there. And then I have a Facebook page personally and then one for YouTube, but I rarely get on the one for YouTube. I just don't want random people on my personal one because I put information like where I live, places I visit, stuff like that. So I keep that, private. And Twitter is, both mixed together.
And the thing you run into also with your personal one, which I've just recently discovered or realized or run into, is that when you have your personal Facebook, even if people know or maybe if they don't know about YouTube, they're not thinking about the whole location thing. They're tagging you in posts that may have your specific location or general location, and you don't have a lot of control over that unless there's some way to turn off people being able to tag you. So that's like, then you don't want a lot of YouTube people on your personal account because then that's happening and giving away more information than you really want out there too.
You can change that setting.
To where they can't tag you?
Where if you're tagged it doesn't show up, yeah.
Oh, I need to look into that.
I mean, you could years ago anyway. I'm assuming.
Okay. There probably still is. I hadn't got that far yet.
You can set it so if someone tags you, you have to approve it before it will actually show up on your feed.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I need to do that because it's been happening a lot.
That's a good point. A good thing for people to remember because I think that'd be easy to forget.
Yeah. So no matter.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah. No matter how conscious you are. Go ahead.
All right, Diana, go.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, finish. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, all I was going to say was no matter how conscious you are about it, if other people are, putting things out there, you're not in control of that. So, all right, go ahead.
All right, read the comment.
It was a funny comment, and I thought it was funny. Enjoying life's journey, she said, how lame am I? I don't have a Twitter account. You're okay.
How about you, Sarah? Do you have separate accounts for Twitter?
Me personally, if I'm putting something out there, I'm okay with my family seeing it and my YouTube people seeing it. So if they want to see, they can see. I share all of my YouTube stuff on my personal page, but I have a Facebook page and a Twitter account that's all linked to my YouTube because I had a blog first, so everything is just all linked together. But I don't put anything out that not my address or things like that, so I would never put anything out that I don't want people to see.
So then you're out then with your family, right?
Well, it's not like I'm like, hey, I do YouTube, but I'm not like embarrassed to say, hey, I sit and film videos by myself. But yeah, everything that I do, I show to them, and I don't know if they watch me, but I'm okay with them watching me because I share my kids, and if they don't see them all the time, it's a way that they get to see my kids and get to, I guess, know me on a different level than just when you're talking with someone face to face. It's different than doing a video and just blurting out something stupid. They get to know you on a different level, and I know family can see you in a different way that way. So I would never put out anything that I didn't want to share, like my address. I wouldn't put that on Facebook regardless, personal or YouTube related. I would never put my address or anything like that if they're talking about that.
Yeah, I would say that you do lose some privacy. I just think that's kind of, when you are putting yourself out there, you're putting yourself out there. If you're trying to build a community, then it's, of course, you want to be like keeping everything safe on your accounts as far as, but whatever you're putting out there, whether it's on your personal or public, it's kind of like it could be possibly seen by the public. So if you're going to sort of be somewhat of a public figure, then you are giving up a piece of your privacy. I think that's just kind of what goes along with that. So then just trying to do your best to put certain safeguards in place. If you do try to do 2 separate accounts if you want to, but then if you have a personal account, make sure that you're maybe hiding your friends list, or making sure you have those settings all correct, so that way if people tag you, you do have to approve it, just so that you can be as safe as you can. But you do lose a little bit of your privacy, I think, when you're out there as a public figure. If you want to build a community, if you really want to be in it for the long term, right? Okay. Next question, Diana.
All right, next question from Leah Raising Bushes, and this was thumbs up a lot in the Facebook group, so really great question. And she says, do you think that you can create a stronger community by focusing your videos on one genre? So mommy topics, day in the lives, advocacy, etc. Do you feel if your videos are on a wide range of spectrums that it would be better to split them into different channels and try to build separate communities? So what do you think? Like a wide variety of topics, one channel, or really a niche topic on one channel and build from there?
That was a long question.
It was.
I think I understand.
Do you think you create a stronger community by focusing your videos on one genre?
I do. I definitely do. I think that, but I also feel very strongly that if you branch off too much to too many different channels, even though I have 3 now and so do you, Diana. I don't know about everybody else how many channels you have, but you can risk stretching yourself too thin, where you can't really do any one channel really well. So you have to be careful with that you're not doing a daily channel here, a daily channel here, like doing 3 channels or 4 channels or 5 channels, or not focusing, or not staying committed to one channel, and then none of them really will ever be very successful or have a very strong community if you're not focused on them, if that makes sense. So, but I think if your channel is all over the place too much, then it's hard to build that good community. But I don't know. What would you say about that, Rachel?
Well, my channel has, crafts and tutorials and then like family related stuff. And I realized that I would say 80% of my subscribers actually come from tutorial videos that I post. But I don't really want to take that away from my channel and make a new channel, because it's like I don't know how many subscribers are there for my family content and then how many are there for my crafting content. And because, my crafting content has a lot of views, and that's where, I actually make the majority of my earnings, I don't want to cut it and then like have 0 views on the videos. And that, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I think it makes sense to have 2 different channels, but where I'm at now, I'm afraid that it could hurt me more than help me, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. I know what you're talking about with the crafting videos, because there's a really large crafting community, and I just randomly do crafts here and there, and same thing, they're just sporadically uploaded on my channel, and some of them just take off, but then, being mommy with style isn't devoted to crafts, so I'm not going to move those videos around. But then it's it's.
And that's how I feel, because I don't upload crafting videos like all the time, but I have recently tried to start uploading them more because they gain a lot of interest. But I don't want to change my channel to do something completely different, and I don't have time to devote a whole channel just to crafts.
Right.
I think that probably people tend to like you when they're on your channel, and family and crafting is kind of similar, interests, I think, and a lot of times it's why people are tuning in, because they get to know you, and so that's why they stick around. And if you separate them, you disjoin it.
Yeah, and then I figure if they're there for my crafting videos, they may be interested in my family, and so, and they may not be, and that's okay too. So.
Okay, you got a comment there, Amy?
Yeah. Jendi, from Jendi's Journal, she said, yes, one genre makes a stronger channel, but I think that your subjects needs to be really drastically different to warrant the need for another channel. Otherwise, just create playlists and make your titles descriptions clear so the audience can watch what they want. Managing multiple channels is definitely more work.
Yes.
That's a great point. I love that you said that about the playlists, because I think the playlists are so important, and I really utilize those. Because certain days of the week on my channel I post different types of videos, and then I just pop them all into different playlists, and then you can feature those playlists on your main channel page, so people can go right to whatever playlist that interests them. So I think it's really great that you brought that up, Jendi. Thank you. Okay. Any other comments that you see there that you highlight, Amy?
For now, that kind of goes with what we were just talking about.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Like with my two main channels, handbags and shopping and all that stuff, and the mommy stuff were two, so radically different topics that I, kind of do my own thing on each of those. So I definitely agree with Jindy there.
Like Rachel, like my channel is a little bit of everything, but I have food and all diabetes and heart, and I have all these different kind of communities that come and watch different things, but I'm on YouTube to share my life, and that's my life. So
Yeah.
It's all you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all mommy and it's all you. Yeah.
And cooking, and if they're there to see you, then they're gonna watch.
And I kind of categorize that as like a lifestyle channel, so it doesn't have to be just one specific thing. It could be like your life, and it's your channel, and it's a lifestyle channel.
Yeah, that's perfect, Sarah. Yeah.
Daily vloggers get a community because people are invested in their lives. Where when you become invested in a person, I might not really like the video that you put out, but I'll watch it because I like you and you're cool. You know what I mean? I watch your videos. But I think when people are part of your community and they are supporting you, literally supporting you and watching all your videos, they'll watch the stupidest video and support you because they like you for you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Agree.
I have a question from the Twitter team, so we'll read that before we go back to Facebook. That's okay,
all right.
Diana. So it's from Leah from Raising Bushes on the Twitter team. She sent this in from Conscious Kim, whose question was, I noticed channels with lots of subs but not many views. Interested to know, is a good community what increases your subscriber view ratio? So maybe there's a lot of subscribers, but each new video doesn't get a lot of views. So how could somebody increase that to get a good community so that maybe your views? I would definitely say yes to that question, that I think that your community, impacts your number of views, but also your actual content on the videos, right? So,
yeah.
It doesn't mean building community, but also the content of your videos and the quality, whether it's something people would be interested in. I don't know. What do you think about that? Diana, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It depends on your content, and then also, what kind of vlogger you are. If you're a lifestyle vlogger, if you're doing the more daily type vlogging, or if you're doing reviews of different things, maybe someone's only interested in this item, but they're going to skip over the next video because they aren't interested in that item. It's just not something that interests them. So that could impact your views that way. And I think as a general rule of thumb, us as YouTubers that are uploading videos, a lot of us are logged on daily and that sort of thing. But there is a certain percentage of people, and I know this for a fact because I used to be one, they have YouTube channels, they're subscribed to people, but they don't log on to YouTube every single day. So I think, you see subscription numbers and then you see steady views. I think there's always a percentage difference. Like, so say you have 10,000 subscribers, you may not necessarily get 10,000 views on every single video. So not every single subscriber is going to be logging in every single day. Does that make sense?
Like I have 10,000 subscribers and I get maybe 1,000 views on most of my videos.
Yeah, and I think that's
I rarely get over 2,000.
I think that's a common percentage because I think more than not, a lot of people don't log into YouTube every single day. Like us, the hardcore YouTubers, we all do, I'm sure. But when I was first introduced to YouTube, when I was just uploading sporadically on Bags for Bubbles, I'd log in every month, 2 months. I'd log in, like literally, So not everyone's on YouTube every day. So I think that you got to keep that in mind too whenever you're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, I think it has to do with how you got those subscribers too. Did you have one sort of semi-viral video, or is there one that's just doing really well and that just kind of maybe gained your, or did you get a shout out from someone and that's how you got those subscribers?
Right.
So, it's not just, those things sometimes don't necessarily build community, and so those people maybe aren't invested in you. And I think that, to get them in, be invested in you, you have to, it takes time. Just like we talked about another hangout, I don't know why we were talking about friends, or we were talking about collabs, and Amy was saying how I always loved how she said this, it takes time. So it takes time to build friendships, and it takes time to build that solid community where your subscribers feel invested in you. Oh no, are you okay, Sarah? You fall over or your camera? Okay. That scared me.
I fell over.
All right.
I don't know.
Nothing is attacking you, right?
No, I thought something was for a second.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to put you down.
One of those big Australian spiders. I don't know what's going on.
Jenny said, You mean there are people that don't log into YouTube every day?
I know. I'm
Those
sorry.
poor people.
It took some of us a while to see the light. I mean, now I'm like kicking myself. I'm like, oh my goodness. But literally, when I was in that position, I just didn't realize, the expansiveness of all these communities on YouTube. So, and then once your eyes are awakened to it, you're like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. So, yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
We're back.
I might be a little excited tonight, by the way, too.
All right, Sarah's getting back up there. She's not on the floor. Good. All right. All right, what's the next question, Diana?
All right, Brittany's sharing our life. She asked, do you think it's important to comment back on every comment? And what's a good time frame? Do you think that helps connect with your community?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sarah,
I agree.
you want to go ahead and answer that, Sarah?
Yes, and I think that it's important that you're like getting that interaction. Like that's what makes the community. So, if I comment back right away with a question in my comment or say something that starts conversation that gets people commenting even more, you want to draw people in to you to form that community. So, if I see a comment, I answer right away because it goes to my phone and it's easy, but it's important that I make that connection with them right away so that they see that I'm like here and I'm making videos and I'm invested.
Sarah, I just have to say that Avidal thought that was really funny.
Oh, thanks.
There's entertainment here.
My whole setup went kaput.
It's a comedy show tonight.
So was the question that you answer right away? I'm sorry. Was that what it was? That you answer a comment right away or just in general?
What's a good time frame to answer it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she asked, what's a good time frame, and do you think that regularly responding to comments helps connect you to your community?
Yeah. How soon do you answer, Rachel?
I try within 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes I get really busy and I just can't actually sit down and really take a lot of time. But I try to get it done, within 24 to 48 hours. And if I, by chance, have my phone on me, then I'll reply, via my phone. But
yeah. I think it depends on the size of your channel. If you're just starting out, I think it's really important to answer as quick as you can, maybe within 24 hours, and actually be present and answer those comments. And then, not that it's not important as your channel grows, but it gets harder to do that immediately and to answer every single comment. And then hopefully by that time you've been doing it since the beginning, that you really do know your subscribers because you've been actively participating in your own comments on your videos, so you know most of them. And then you can get in there once in a while, or at least maybe even address them in your videos, and sometimes that's nice too. I know one YouTuber that actually just reads off some of the comments at the end of every video, and that's kind of a nice way to do it that way, because he doesn't have time to go in and answer them, but then he reads them off and responds to them in the end of every daily video that he does. So.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
That is a great idea. Yeah.
Okay. So,
all right.
Next.
The next question from Brittany sharing our life also, she says, what do you think can keep you from growing a community? What do you think holds you back?
I think that I just want to say this, be very careful what you're posting on your Facebooks. I think that I find it a little shocking a little bit what some people are willing to write on their Facebook pages when everybody in the community is, people are very different sometimes on Facebook versus on YouTube, which I find surprising. So, I don't know, just be a genuinely, compassionate, caring person that'll help your community grow, because, what happens outside of YouTube also impacts what's happening on YouTube, if that makes sense. So, did I answer that question even? What was the...
Yeah.
Okay.
You did. What do you think can hold you back?
Right.
What can keep you from growing?
Yeah.
I definitely think that's one. Yeah.
I don't know, what would you say? Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think not getting involved with people who are watching and commenting, because then it makes them feel like you don't really care about their input on what you have to say. So I think getting involved with them, or the lack of getting involved with them, can hinder your growth maybe.
Yeah.
Like if you don't watch other people, if you just post videos, answer all your comments, but you don't watch anyone, and you're not on Facebook, you're not on Twitter, I think that could hold you
It
back.
isolates you.
Definitely, yeah.
I I'd say posting a lot of rants too maybe wouldn't be so great for community. That could hold you back a little bit if you're, angry at your subscribers.
Oh, I know. Ugh, complaining all the time. Like, I don't have time. I hate when I see daily vloggers do that, when they're like always complaining. It's like, I like you. You don't always have to complain. Like, it's so it's annoying. I'm like, I have my own problems. I don't want to hear too much. It's like a fine line of like
it's a fine line.
Hearing their problems, and it's like you're complaining. Then why even do it?
Yeah.
But I wanted to share.
Yeah,
sorry, I wanted to share. When someone subscribes, I always send a message to them saying thank you and letting them know like what days I post. So someone sent a message back to me today saying, thank you for sending me this message. Like, I really appreciate it because I subscribe to so many people and they don't take the time to thank them. And just starting out, like hearing that, I was like, okay, I sat there for an hour and sent messages to people for a reason, so maybe if they're just starting out like me and you want to build people and thank people, then send them like that little message just saying, thank you for joining, and this is the days that I put out stuff. And I think seeing her reply that back really was like, okay, people do like that, and that might be something to help grow the channel as well.
I used to do that to every subscriber for a while. I bet 2 years I did that. Yeah.
I still do that.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Still do that?
I do, yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah. But sometimes my email box gets really full, and I'm like, oh, I've got to sit down and thank everybody. So it can take a long time sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was afraid of creepers because sometimes some stir people. So I love everybody who subscribes to me, but I sort of did that in the beginning, and then I sort of stopped because how sometimes people subscribe to you and they're, I don't know. So I kind of got scared looking sometimes at who was subscribing to me. But that's another story. So yeah. But yeah, I think that being appreciative of every subscriber, whether you have 10, 100, 20,000, however many, I think it's important to be appreciative of those people who actually are there to watch you, as opposed to getting bitter about who maybe your numbers or who isn't there watching. But there are those people, I think, being appreciative of them, and just having fun really helps to grow your community. If you really are having fun doing what you're doing and you really love YouTube, then that's just going to shine through, and you're patient with it. You don't expect it overnight. I think that's huge. But
another thing that just popped to mind, and I don't have any examples of this, but just popped to mind, is if you are constantly putting out things and you don't follow through, you're constantly saying you're going to do something and you don't follow through, or, say you sign up for a schedule but then you don't actually post on that schedule, you know what I mean? Like, then I could see where that would deter people where, if they think that they're watching a daily vlogger and then all of a sudden there's no videos or something like that, then something like that could definitely hurt the community feel, I think, too.
I think that's a great point, and I think it's interesting because we've talked about that in the Facebook group before, where it's come up about scheduling, and I think scheduling is kind of important. Like when you say you're going to sort of do things, you do it. That's sort of how I am. But a lot of people in the group say no, they don't think a schedule matters at all, and they don't really care what your schedule is, and you don't have to. You just kind of, I don't know. I was surprised, actually. That was a while ago that I remember that post being up, and there was a lot of people who said that they didn't think scheduling. This is a group of 1,000, YouTubers. So it kind of made me think, like, maybe it doesn't matter what my schedule is, and I don't have to apologize if I miss a day. So that's hard. I don't know, like, community-wise, how that impacts people, whether they care or don't care. I don't know.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead, Rachel.
When I first started YouTube, like, I started watching this one particular YouTuber, and she always put out videos every single Friday, and that was her day. And so literally every Friday I would wait for her video to come out. So I'm normally just checking through. So I think that when you know when somebody's going to put content out and you like that person and you want to see their content, then when to go to their channel. So I think scheduling is important.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I like to hear that because I always thought it was. Do you have a comment to read, Amy?
I do. This is from Chelsea. I often watch others just because they took the time to awesome YouTubers just because they commented on a video of mine. I feel like there's this respect between YouTubers. And Jendi said, non-consistent videos makes it harder to build a community. it's good to know that I can check a certain channel every Monday and watch a new video. So, good comments.
Good. Yes. All right. I have a Twitter question, and then, okay, let's see what we got here. From Busy Blessed Mom 4 asked, and this came in from Anne Marie from It's Just My Life. She's on the Twitter team. I am a daily vlogger and want to know how about it becoming mundane. So I don't know. I'm not a daily vlogger, but who's done that before? Diana, I know you have, with your dailies. And Rachel, you're doing them, right? What would you say to that?
I just started, I think 4 weeks ago, but I'm only doing it bi-weekly, and then recently I just started doing like mini small daily clips. I think you just have to keep switching things up, and you have to be really, I don't know, I don't know. I'm still really early in it, so I can't really answer that maybe the best way. Yes.
What would you say, Diana? Do you have any response for that?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the big reasons why I haven't committed fully to doing dailies, like literally 365 days a year, other than the fact that I need an occasional break, and I know I need that break. It's the other reason I haven't committed to 365 days a year. But I think the thing is that especially like when you're doing the different months, so say October, you're going to have a lot of holiday content. Obviously around Vlogmas, you're going to have a lot of holiday content. If you can vary up what you're showing, I think that kind of helps keep things fresh. So one day you may focus more on the food that you're eating that day. The next day you may be talking more about decorations. Maybe the following day you went to Target that day, so you'd show what you bought. So I think if you're varying it up that way and kind of changing your emphasis, and you don't have to even make it. You don't have to make it specific. You don't have to, be like today. This is what I ate. But if you're just kind of making those little adjustments throughout, and so every day isn't the exact same. I got up, I ate this, and we did this. Because you do kind of get in that lull. We're getting up, we're having eggs again today. But so if you kind of vary what you're showing, and sometimes they even started trying the past vlog month. Cutting out certain, because I generally start vlogging at the same time every day. Some of the days I try starting vlogging at a different time of day just so it started off at a different pace. So just varying it up a little helps, I think.
That's a good point. I like that with starting at a different time of day. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, more question from Facebook, and then I have one more question from Twitter. So
all right, let's see what last question we're going to get here. Let's see, only one left. Okay. There's a bunch of them, but let's see. Kendra from J House Vlogs, she has a number of questions here, so I'll see if I can try to roll some of them together. What have you tried that was most successful in retaining your viewers and building a community, and what have you tried that didn't work so well? So what was successful in retaining viewers, and she also asked, what were your biggest mistakes starting out? So did anyone make any mistakes that they felt like they made kind of starting out that didn't build community at all? Or do you have any particular successes that you want to share?
I think early out, I started doing, after my son was born, lots of reviews and lots of giveaways, tons of them. And while they were great for the people who were watching to, get free stuff, and it did build my subscriber base significantly, I wouldn't say that it built community very well. It basically just brought a lot of people who wanted free stuff. Now, granted, some of them may have stayed and enjoyed my content, but like how many actually stayed for my content and how many were just there for the giveaway? So I think sometimes doing giveaways for your channel can hurt your channel if you're not careful.
That's actually a good point, and I know someone somewhere asked a question about giveaways, and I can't find it on Facebook now to see who it was that asked. I know I saw that. Oh, Meg, Smarty, and Steve-O. I'd love to hear your thoughts on giveaways, so we'll kind of roll that in too, because I think that's a good point. I've done giveaways like on, big number anniversary type of things, and I think it's nice to kind of give back in that, but I kind of agree with your point. Like if you're just like, every other Thursday's a giveaway, then you just have a community based around giveaways basically, and that's what it becomes. So yeah, it's a fine line of too many versus a nice gesture to kind of build that bond. So
yeah, a lot of giveaways, and I don't do them too much anymore because that's exactly what Rachel said there. Like, it just seemed like there was too many people just coming just for the giveaway, and they just wanted, and then that was it. And then it kind of just didn't really feel as if it was this kind of subscribers I necessarily really wanted on my channel, who were there, you know, because they were interested in the content, or they were interested in me as a, you know, as a person and my family. So I just kind of sort of stopped doing them. But what were you going to say, Sarah? Sarah, go ahead.
I completely agree. Like, if you're trying to build a community, giveaways are not the way to go. But if you are thanking and you want to say, hey, thanks for subscribing, then do a giveaway. But being a part of someone else's community, commenting all the time, I know that I make an attempt to comment on people that I watch every single day, so that I know that this time they upload and I'm going to comment. That comment gets my profile seen, and then I can gain subscribers that might be into the same thing that these vloggers are into, come to my channel, and I do similar videos. You know, like, being around people that do the same type of videos, their subscribers might also like my content, they see my comment, and then they come over that way. So being involved in other people's communities can bring people to your community just by commenting, not spamming, but commenting, you know, worthwhile comments.
Right. Just like that's like part of what this is all about with YouTube Mommy Meetup. And I think that when you have your channel and you're trying to build your community, you have to get into whatever community it is that you're trying to be a part of. So if you have a mommy channel, which is what we do here, we're kind of connecting other mommy channels. And then also your subscribers, especially when you're starting out, you should know by the channel names what those people's first names are. You should be able to see all their channel names and know who their first names are, and then to have that dialogue. I think that, you know, especially when you're starting out, that's the opportunity to do it and really care about those people and be involved in it. And if you don't get involved in the community, then you're not going to really do very well building your own community. It's kind of like, just like you said, Sarah, it's very reciprocal, you know. So do you have something to say, Amy? I feel like you haven't said too much this time. Sorry, go ahead. Do you have anything to say about that?
No.
Okay.
I have 2 questions when we were done with the other questions.
Okay.
I was pinning posts.
All right, go ahead and put them up.
Oh, okay.
Because we're running out of time.
Oh, okay. Alice in Mommyland, she said, how often should you post a video to keep your audience interested in your channel? I think we talked about this. We talked about this once a week. We talked about it previously. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's my thing, once a week. Anyone else disagree? Have a different number in their head? Once a week, I think. It's good. What was your other one then? The other question you had pinned?
This one is about, oh, I'm sorry. Let me post it. Teeny Vlogs. She's had a lot of Facebook, her personal Facebook. I could just read this. I feel like I created some great relationships with subscribers and built great friendships. Lately, I've had several subscribers find my personal private Facebook account and friend request me. And I know this is a problem with other people. I don't want to come across as
disingenuous.
Thank you, disingenuous to my subscribers, but this is a fine line that makes me nervous. Thoughts on how to address this without coming off as rude?
I don't think it's rude to say to them that you don't have you don't mix YouTube and your personal Facebook page. I don't think that's rude at all. I think most people understand that.
It's a safety issue, really.
I agree.
Right. I think anyone they should be understanding of that.
That's why I think it's important to maybe make sure you have a fan page then, another place where they can go to interact with you outside of your personal page. So you can say, you know, oh, you know, I don't interact here. This is just for my personal, but go here. Then you give them an option. Oh, go here to interact with me instead. Cool. All right, and then the Twitter question that I have, which I thought was pretty good here, comes from Allison in Mommyland. I think this is the one. Do you think part of expanding your YouTube community is best done through collaborations? What is the best way to grow? So essentially, what do you just think is the best way to kind of grow your community, which is probably a good one to sort of end on. Amy, do you have any thoughts on that, since you're the longest on YouTube?
I think, this is just my opinion, but I think Facebook, getting on Facebook, interacting with everybody, you get your name out there, people tag you, oh, so-and-so is doing this, or they share something, and because I've done that, I've seen other people tagging people, I see their name all the time, who is that person? I go, I like them, I go and subscribe, and there I am. I'm a new subscriber of theirs. I just think it's a really great place to be. And YouTube Mommy Meetup, of course. That's.
Thanks, Amy.
I should have said that first.
All right, everybody answer YouTube Mommy Meetup. No, I'm just kidding. Diana, what would you say? What would you say?
I would say YouTube Mommy Meetup is probably the best way to.
Hey, oh, it makes me look bad.
Brownie points. No, I mean, Facebook one, I really missed, my whole friend page ordeal, which I'm getting it back sorted out. But it was so nice, like, to be able to interact with people and, be on that level where they could come over to your page and interact, and you could go to theirs and interact. It was great. So, yeah, that's really a great place. And then also, as far as, like, building your community, I think for people to find you, this is maybe more people finding you. What popped into my head when you first read the question was good tags and good titles for your videos so that people that are interested in that community can find you, but maybe that's kind of getting into a different subject. But that's what popped into my head when you first read off the question. So.
Good one. Good. Rachel, do you have anything you can think of? Best way to grow?
What was your question again? Oh, best way to grow. Yeah, I would just say, being involved with other YouTubers, definitely not just posting your own content and not getting involved on other people's channels and videos. I suck at the Facebook thing on my on my YouTube Facebook, so I can't really comment on that too much. It's obviously not helped me.
I think you're doing good. You're doing better because you've been really active in the Facebook group, so you've been really active.
On my personal page, yeah, but I kind of neglect my YouTube Facebook page. Not intentionally, it's just hard to run a personal and a YouTube Facebook page.
I've gotten to know you so much better since you've been in the group. Yeah, just get rid of it.
I did that. It's like, who needs that? They can call me.
Yeah.
How about you, Sarah? What would you say would be the best way?
I agree with Rachel, just being involved in other communities, just being involved. I don't think people are going to come to you. You might have to go out and get those people and keep them interested. So commenting, talking back, asking them questions. I know sometimes videos can come off as preachy, like this is what you should do, but if you're asking a question like, hey, what do you think, that will get people commenting in the comments saying, oh, this worked better for me to do blah, 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 and then it'll get the conversation going. And I think that's what makes a community, the conversation, not just you putting out videos, but having people commenting, liking, sharing. That's really what makes a community to me. So asking people questions, getting their advice, and things like that. So like open-ended questions, even if you may not care what their advice is. People like to share their advice, especially moms. Moms like to give their advice. So if you say, hey, what worked for you? Did this work for you? Ask them a question. It might get them talking more if you're having people not talking in your comments.
Yeah, Sarah, that reminds me of something. So commenting on other people's videos, but not just on their video, but I like to comment on the comments.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you're reading the comments, and you're like, oh yeah, and then you comment back on that person's, and sometimes they'll wonder who is this talking to me, and then you end up finding a friend that way. So that's good point.
Yeah, I always see people say it's my birthday on like big YouTubers. It's my birthday, and I always put happy birthday, because I always look through the comments of big YouTubers because it's really entertaining reading their comments. But if you just put a comment, something nice with all the hate that's out there, or if you see someone's picture that's pretty, say, oh my gosh, you're gorgeous, something like that to build people up. Then they might look at you and say, oh hey, even though you may not know them, you might make their day, and they might come over and check you out. If it's genuine, don't be like phony about it, but be genuine and say, oh, happy birthday, or I like your picture, or this, I thought this about this. But like getting involved more than just posting the content. It's like hard work getting involved. It's like you gotta comment and like and share, and YouTube Mommy Meetup is awesome for that because you get to meet people on a different level and they help you grow. But yeah, definitely being involved, I think, for sure.
I agree. Yep, I think being involved and being yourself, being genuine, and if you're weird, be weird and
exactly.
Then keep doing it. I know one YouTuber, and she's been around a while, maybe 2 years, and she's got maybe 35,000 subscribers, and her comments are always really heated with people commenting. But I don't ever see her on Facebook or anything, but she's just really kind of completely unique and herself, and she's been doing it for a while, and she's very consistent, and she's always out there. And then sometimes she's even made mistakes where she said some things in her video that really offended some people, and then she posted a video apologizing, and it was a genuine apology, and she really was saying, you know, just posted it and said, I'm sorry. So I just think that authenticity is really what's going to grow your community if you just are yourself, and then people who like you are going to gravitate towards you, and then just keep doing it. You can't expect that overnight, like I said before. It takes some time. So just keep doing your thing and keep doing it over and over again, and then you'll build a community around it.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, go for it, Amy.
So when I said Facebook, that's just for me. I don't mean that that's the best way, because I know people recently who they're blowing up with subscribers, and they're not on Facebook. So
no, I agree. I think Facebook though is huge. It's been big for me too this past year.
I still want
obviously,
people to think that don't feel bad if you're not on Facebook.
Yep. It definitely helps. It helps with connections, and then you meet a lot of people, and especially, of course, in YouTube Mommy Meetup. So then you can make some friends, and I don't know. It's nice to have support too when you're feeling down or getting discouraged, and then we're there to kind of help build you up. So I think that helps too. So, okay. All right. So that is it for this Hangout. I think that's going to be the end of the questions, but thank you to everybody who was here in the comments with us and also on Twitter with our Twitter team. If you're interested to see all of the members of the Twitter team, you can go to YouTubeMommyMeetup.com/Twitter, and you will see the links to the channels to everybody who's on our Twitter team, and then also to read more about it. And then also we do Hangout Hops. We are doing about 2 a month right now, which means that we come to your channel. So if you're interested in that, if you want us to come over to your channel to hang out, we would love to do so. You can enter your channel. So just go to hangouthop.com to find out more information about that and how to enter your channel. That's hangouthop.com. So don't forget the t-shirts, and I think that's going to do it for this Hangout, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And we want to do the recap. Oh, we want to go through the list. Everybody get a chance to let us know where we can find you. So you want to go first, Sarah? Where can everybody go to find you?
So my YouTube is youtube.com/sensationalfinds. Everything is Sensational Finds except for my Twitter. It is Sensation Finds. So Sensational Finds.
Okay. Sensation Finds on Twitter for Sarah. Okay. All right. And then Rachel, where can everybody go to find you?
On YouTube at youtube.com/CarlyNicoleElliott. And then for all of my other social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, it's just Carly Nicole YT.
Okay. And do you have a blog? You got your blog going, Rachel?
Oh, let's not talk about blog.
That's a whole different Hangout, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh.
And I'll say something about that soon. Go ahead. Where can people go to find you, Diana?
You can find me at youtube.com/beingmommywithstyle, and also on Facebook, Being Mommy with Style, and new Instagram account, Being Mommy with Style. I'm very excited about it. So, yeah.
Okay, Amy, where can everybody go to find you?
I'm Dreamflight6000 on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.
Perfect. And I am Dana Ryan. You can find my channel at missdiaperd.com, or you can listen to me on the Diaper Dirt channel. And I wanted to say next Wednesday we're going to have a special blogging mommy meetup hangout. So if you want to come back next Wednesday, you'll be able to see that. There's not any schedule for the blogging mommy meetup hangout, so this is the first one we're going to do. I'm just going to kind of do them sporadically when we have some special topics to talk about. And you can join that Facebook group too if you have a blog and you're looking for some support. Excuse me, I can't speak. So that's Blogging Mommy Meetup, to go and check that out. And I thought I had something else I wanted to say. It was on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot. So maybe next time. All right. So, and if you're listening to the podcast, the YouTube Mommy Meetup podcast, please consider going and leaving us a review on iTunes. It definitely does help others to find us. It helps us to rank in iTunes, and also does help to encourage us to continue posting these Hangouts as a podcast. And thank you to everybody who has already done so. But that's it. So we thank you for being here with us, whether you're listening or watching. So we'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye, everyone.